straight. The whole debate about whether it is a perversion or it's unnatural, that is not even on the table anymore, because according to the Supreme Court of India, homosexual relationships are legal in our country. So now it's not for you to decide whether it is legal or whether it is a perversion. It is perfectly legal, it is allowed, it is lawful. The thing is that now they are asking for basic rights which are available to the rest of the population, and that cannot be taken away just by saying, oh, you are an elite community, you can live together, but you cannot get married. That's the issue. And as Dr. Chinu Agarwal is saying, 10% of the population has homosexual tendencies. So how can you deny such a large percentage of the population the right to marry?
Padmaja, let me tell you, let me answer to this. You asked Mr. Chomal a question, and which is a pertinent question as to does he have any data as to how many percentage of people in the society are homosexual or otherwise. And Mr. Chomal rightly, perhaps he did not have, nor I have, the question which I am posing to myself, that does anyone has any data of this homosexuality? Now, for example, I give you, in a country of 140 crores of population that we have, maybe about 4 or 5% may be criminals. They may be doing crimes.
Homosexuality is not a crime.
Are we going to legalize all of them?
So that's a false comparison, because homosexuality is not a crime.
No, it is. In my assessment, it is in my assessment. This is sickness.
Sir, with the greatest of respect, your assessment doesn't matter, because according to the law of the land, it is not a crime.
No, what law? I mean, you are talking about 377 having been struck down from the statute book by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
That judgment was also flawed judgment.
That doesn't matter, sir.
So
that doesn't matter.
Judgment on Shbarimala.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think about that judgment. The fact is that as of today,
it has been happening in this country systematically.
It's a law. So we can't reinvent the wheel.
Systematically. And we as a lawyer, we have a right to interpret the law.
But you cannot reinterpret a judgment that has been given by the Supreme Court of the country.
We can say for the reasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this judgment is a flawed judgment.
But sir, it doesn't matter what you think about a judgment. That judgment decides what is legal in our country and what is...
Our problem, Padmaja, in this country is that our judges, unfortunately, have lost sight of the fact that they are required to have knowledge also of our dharma, our shastra, our Purans, our Ved. Nothing of that sort.
Just by the way, that argument was also raised in court. Do you want to respond to that, Neil? Dharma and Shastra. Which is actually, before you respond, Neil, I also, as somebody who believes in Dharma and Shastra, I think it is very, very unfortunate that you would bring in the Dharma and Shastra argument, sir. You're doing a great disservice to Dharma and Shastra. But anyway, Neil, go on, respond. It's so sad that people who are radicals in every religion try and hide behind religion and say Dharma and Shastra doesn't allow it. Nowhere does your Dharma and Shastra say that homosexuality is a crime or a perversion. You're doing disservice. But anyway, that's entirely my point of view. Go on, Neil, go on.
Yeah, can I come in, Padmaja?
Yes, go on. Neil, go on.
Yeah. The thing is, I just feel so sorry with someone who has this kind of skewed mentality, I mean, it's just focused on sex and nothing else, which I feel in some way is a pervert mindset. To sit on a moral pedestal and judge a woman or a man or the huge spectrum that we have under the LGBTQI, and to call them perverse, to call them, these kind of names, which I don't even feel need to be uttered in a panel like this. That is perversion and a very, very, very abysmal kind of, mindset, I feel. And that is a big problem in our country, because you have these kind of people sitting and judging others. That is exactly what the Supreme Court doesn't want, I feel, and they are doing a fantastic job where they're actually trying to sensitize people and giving stress on gender and, biases that we have in our society. They're trying to remove those. That's what is important. And I'd like to add over here, since they don't have the data, I mean, to make sweeping statements is very easy, but I think one needs to do his or her homework well. I'd like to mention over here that as per the latest global estimates today, as we are speaking, India is the country with the largest population in the world. And even if you take 10% of that population as LGBTQI, the different.
Your estimate is wrong.
Can I speak?
Please let him finish. Go on. Yes.
Let me finish. I haven't interrupted you one bit when you went on and on with your tirade. So please bear with me. So even 10%, if we say, as per the latest, and the last survey was done in 2012. We are in 2023. So it's almost 135 million people. I mean, and to use these kind of cuss words